Colombia's President Gustavo Petro is making his second official visit to China since he took office in 2022. While in Beijing, he says he plans to sign a letter of intent to join the Belt and Road Initiative, an infrastructure development program linking China to the world.
I'm now a twofold president of Colombia and president of Latin America and the Caribbean. I want a dialogue between China and our civilizations about how Latin America must engage with the world and about Colombia, obviously to sign several trade agreements.
As the current president pro tempore of CELAC, Petro is one of several Latin American leaders determined to strengthen ties with China as relations with the U.S. weaken over tariffs, deportations, and White House threats to take back the Panama Canal.
There will surely be talk about the new remaking of the world order. China is becoming an escape route for facing U.S. government tariffs. That will probably be one of the topics. In politics, China talks more of a multilateral relationship that is much more democratic, respecting the basic international rights like national sovereignty. And that is something they will probably talk about because Latin America has always talked about that.
In January, Petro clashed with U.S. President Donald Trump over the return of illegal Colombian migrants. Boosting trade with China would be a hedge against damage to Colombia's economy from U.S. tariffs. President Petro has said this trip is no insult to Washington, just fair trade, and trade with China is growing. In a televised address to students on May 5th, Petro said he hopes to talk with President Xi Jinping about trade opportunities to help reduce Colombia's $14 billion trade deficit with Beijing.
The commercial balance needs to level out, be it with China's investment in Colombia or with China buying Colombian products, and that is what we're going to talk about.
One political analyst says many economists have been calling for Colombia's diversification in trade relations for a long time.
We need to start moving from discourse and understand China and understand how they can help us better.
Many political analysts here expect President Petro to come back from China with a signed accord declaring Colombia's intention to join Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. Petro's single term in office ends next year, so it'll be a letter of intent that Petro says future governments would have to make a reality. Michelle Begue, CGTN, Bogotá.